Worked up a sweat and a hot face. My blood pressure. So this video is going to be a massive unhaul and reorganization of the shelves because just happens every month. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. We I'm gonna say, what was it, like 3-4 days ago, Britt and I basically cleared the shelves of books that we no longer were gonna have interest in reading, things that we purchased that literally just sat on the shelves and didn't get touched. That's why everything really is a big mess. Honestly, it was not this bad. There was just a whole ton of books that we bought and either didn't read or bought and read and collectively didn't like. It's massive. I'm not going to show the book haul yet. That will be later. The reason why is because some of the books I have 30 something ish in front of me, and then I have another like 60 that are currently in bags like next to me, like big indigo bags. I'll see if I can lift one up and show you how big the bags are. Oh God. Let's see if I'm strong enough. Ugh, one of those. Ugh. Sorry, neighbors. So what we need to do now is we need to get this all back to being beautiful. Right now they are rainbow shelves, or they're supposed to be. They don't look like rainbow shelves because everything is everywhere. So what we are going to do is we are going to switch up the rainbow. We're going to start off with white over here, and then we're going to just gradually get darker as it goes. All the black books will remain on the bottom. You guys can't even see the bottom right now. It's going to start off with the lightest books on the top and go that way. The goal is to get everything looking pretty again. Because right now, it looks like a disaster. Everything is everywhere. So let's just get on with this. Let's get on with me organizing, cleaning, and getting everything back into pristine condition. I'm never getting green books or blue books ever yellow. So it's a few hours later. The shelves you can't really see in full effect right now, only because I really have to like show y'all the actual shelves. Yeah, it's currently almost 11 o'clock at night and I'm having to improvise with lighting. My book light is actually what is currently helping me with light right now because it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, it took a while. It took a while to get everything kind of sorted and you know, looking the way it does right now. I look a mess. I'm a haggard old mess. We are also currently without any form of internet or anything like that because tonight was an adventurous night. There was like an explosion of some sort out front of our building which knocked out all of the power, and then the internet is what has not come up yet. So yeah, it's just been a little bit of a thing today, but I really do want to show you guys some of the books that we're unhauling. So we're going to change scenery for a second and I'm going to go through some of the books that we are officially getting rid of. as of tomorrow. I'm not going to show them all because there's so many of them. Like that big bag I showed you today, I'm not going to go into that bag. Well, it's not going to go into the second bag that we have, but the ones that are currently on the table, I can show you. So let's take a look at what we're unhauling. Forgive the angle a little bit. Again, I'm improvising as I go. So let's get through some of these books that we're unhauling. The first one is Grady Hendrix's Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. We're not like unhauling this because we don't like it. We actually have 2 copies, so we're gonna donate a copy. Yeah, we're donating all these books. They're going to a good home to help people who cannot afford to go to the bookstore and buy books. So this is one of them. It's brand new release. It's going to be well cherished, and I'm excited to be able to give this away. The next one is the collector's edition of Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I think that's her name. McQuiston. I know a friend of mine, Marty, would be very upset with me if she knew that I was giving away this book. Someone else will love and enjoy this book. I think I bought it because I thought I was really going to get into it. I was really going to read it, but I've had it for a year now. It's just been sitting on my shelves for a year, completely not read. Why would I do that? So it's going to a better place. The next one is Invisible Girl by Lisa Jewell. I've read this. Britt has had no interest in reading it. All of Lisa Jewell's books are available at the library. If she ever wants to read it, she can read it through there. Another book that we just don't have an interest in reading. We've had this book for, I want to say 3 years now. We had it at our old place before we moved. So this is really, it's been in our collection for a while and hasn't been opened. Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. Not interested in reading it, unfortunately. The next one, it just wasn't for me. I've really come to terms with the fact that reverse harems just aren't something that I really enjoy for the most part. And this book has that. The series, unfortunately, it is a dark romance series, but it's just not for me. And that's Vile Boys by Clarissa Wilde. I actually love the author. She's so sweet. But yeah, I think that somebody else would really enjoy this book. The next one I've never really heard of before. This was a Brit book, but this is Bear With Me Now by Katie Shepherd. No idea what it's about. None whatsoever. It looks like a romance book. This was an impulse buy. Something that I found just looking at the bookstore, and just really liked the cover of it. But again, it's been on my shelves for a year and I have not read it, and I haven't even thought to pick it up. Haven't put it on any TBRs. And that's Kill Her Twice by Stacey Lee. This is a YA thriller. It's just not something that calls to me, and I don't know when it's going to call to me. If it ever does, I can always pick it up from the library. But yeah, it's just not calling to me, unfortunately. So this is a book that Britt has decided that she wanted to part with. She's already read it. I've read it. So basically it's sitting on the shelves, not being loved. Britt is also not really into YA contemporary romances anymore. She's more into the adult side, as you know, she just is. So the next one is Counting Down With You by Tashi Beyond. I didn't really like this book. Britt loved it when she read it. But again, it's not being loved on the shelves. I spoke about this author on one of my old booktube videos, and I was unhauling some of their books, and I kept this one, and I decided this time I was going to donate it. The author just isn't for me. They wrote one of my favorite books, but that was the only book that I really enjoyed, and I'm not going to keep a book from an author just because I kind of liked it, when really the only book that I've enjoyed from them, give a 5-star to, I still have on my shelves. That's Wing Poppy Midnight by April Genevieve Toheki. Again, I love one of her books, and then I just kept buying her books and not really enjoying them, and it's not because of the writing, it's not because of the storyline, they just didn't connect with me, and it just happens sometimes. So this one I'm going to attempt to give to my best friend. My best friend, she's not new to reading. She's just now found her niche, I guess. You know, with a toddler running around, and you know, with her responsibilities as a mom, there's some things that pop up, and she didn't really have a lot of time to read until recently. But she has realized that she really loves paranormal romances. So I actually gave her another like witchy book in the past. So I think I'm gonna try to see if she wants this one. This is The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. I gave her the X-Hex from this author. So this is book 2. She may want it. So I'm gonna set this one aside and see if she wants to grab it. If not, that's fine. But yeah, we'll see if she wants it. She's actually supposed to come upstairs today to see if she wants to like pick apart my to donate shelf, but it didn't happen. So the next one is History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. Unfortunately, I did not like this book. Britt loves it, but again, she's not going to read it again. So she doesn't want to keep it on the shelves. I really did not like this book, unfortunately. I wish I liked it, but I just didn't. So this is another book that, again, I got it just for the cover and I have not read it. And this is All the Dead Lie Down by Kyrie McCauley. It's a YA. I don't know why I keep gravitating to YA when I'm in the bookstore. The covers are just so pretty. So the next one is Stephanie Garber's Once Upon a Broken Heart. I DNF'd this book. Britt liked it, but she had no desire to pick up the second book because she just liked it. I DNF'd it. It was boring to me, so it wasn't something that I connected with. Another impulse buy from about a year ago, A River of Golden Bones by A.K. Mulford. Book 2 was released recently, but I didn't even remember I had this book. That's a problem. This one hurts me on an aesthetic front that I'm getting rid of it. Straight up because I love the way the cover feels in my hands. It's very sensory-wise. It makes me happy. It's Horror Movie by Paul Tremblay. It feels so nice in your hands. It's a texture I can't quite describe. It's not something that I've ever felt on a book before. It's very strange. It's lovely. I wasn't going to read this anyway. The Brit bought this one and she read it and didn't like it. I've already read a Paul Tremblay book and I didn't like it. I DNF'd it. So I wasn't going to pick this one up anyway. I just like the way it feels and it's all red and it's lovely, but I'm never going to pick it up. I can't keep something based on the fact that I like the way it feels in my hands. So this is one that Britt attempted to read, DNF'd, didn't like it. So this is by Jangle Wexler, How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. Just not something that clicked with her. I didn't really have a desire to read it. So the next one is How to Love Your Neighbor by Sophie Sullivan. I remember buying this book and thinking that I was really going to like it and read it. Good Girls Don't Die by Christina Henry. I have no idea what it's about. It's a thriller, I know that. A sharp-edged, supremely twisty thriller about 3 women who find themselves trapped inside stories they know aren't their own. From the author of Allison Near the Bone. Somebody will love it, I'm sure. Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. These are on Kindle Unlimited. I can read this from Kindle Unlimited. I don't need to have it in my bookshelves. This one hurts me because as much as I think it's cute, I know I'm not going to pick it up. Don't Want You Like a Best Friend by Emma R. Albin. We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han. I also have the other 2 books in here somewhere. This one's just popped up. These 2 are other ones that I'm going to actually set aside for my best friend and send photos of her, photos of them to her tonight. That is The Accidental Pinup and Accidentally in Love by Danielle Jackson. These look like cutesy little rom-coms. The next one is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I feel like I want to like Abby Jimenez's books, but every single time I pick them up, I end up not finishing them. We have The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. We Can't Keep Meeting Like This by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This is a YA. I've read it. I really liked it. Britt doesn't have any desire to finish it or to read it. So, Just My Type by Fallon Ballard. We got a couple Fallon Ballard books and never picked them up. So all the Fallon Ballard books we have are going to donation, unfortunately. This is another author I think I'm going to save for my best friend because she might actually want them. So we have 2 books here by Stephanie Archer. We have Finn Rhodes Forever and The Wrong Mr. Right. I know we have a few other ones, like Behind the Net, I believe we have. Really cute covers, but again, not picking them up. They're really like heavy. They're really like bulky books and I can't read them physically. So it's a problem if you can't read the books you have physically because they're... That was my dad blowing his nose. It's a problem if I can't physically hold the book. Never heard of this one at all. Meet Me in Paradise by Libby Hubsher. We have another Tashi Bouillon, Stay With My Heart. Again, it's YA contemporary romance. Not something that we're enjoying these days. We have Bridget Morrissey's That Summer Feeling. Another Brit book, A Guide to Being Just Friends by Sophie Sullivan. third Brit book in a row. That Summer of Broken Hearts by K.L. Walther. I bought this on a whim. I just like the cover. I don't know when I bought it, but I'm sure I can find it online if I really want to, you know, read it. That's Starling House by Alex E. Harmony. Is it Harmony? Or Harrow? Sorry, Alex E. Harrow. Another one that I got because I thought it looked cute, that I would like it. It's You've Reached Sam by Dustin Thau. Impulse buy again. The Meadows by Stephanie Oakes. Britt read this book and did not like it. She was really looking forward to this book as well. She actually ordered it to have it in the house, but she didn't like it. Incense Around the House by Josh Hallerman. We both read this book. I loved this book. I absolutely adored it. Britt did not like it. And that is Ashley Schumacher's Amelia Unabridged. I did not like this book at all. I think I rated a 2. I bought it because I loved the cover, and I'm really disappointed by the fact that it's not what I want it to be. I'm going to see if my best friend wants it. That is A Dark and Drowning Tide by Allison Saft. So that's all that I have in front of me right now. We do, again, have 2 big bags of donation as well that we're sending out. One that I showed you and one that is also huge and I cannot lift it. But yeah, we got rid of a good chunk of books from our shelves just because we simply do not have the room for them, and it breaks my heart to unhaul so many. But I think when I did my first unhaul last year, I was really upset by it because they were my books, and I grew up not being able to have my books. I grew up, you know, only using the library. We didn't have books at home. We didn't have the money to have books. So the only books I had were when we, you know, had the Scholastic book fairs at school. If anyone's in Canada and you're old enough to remember the Scholastic book fairs, don't you wish they would just come back? But yeah, it was something that I, you know, really missed out on when I was a kid. And giving away my books at first, like the first time I did an unhaul, was really, really hard. And I was really upset. And at that point, I'd only given away, or not given away, but I'd only donated about 75. And this time, there's about 90 to 100 that I've unhauled. This again is just a short, you know, a small amount of them. And I'm gonna start utilizing my Kindle more for Kindle books instead of just buying physical books all the time. I was just, this last, you know, little bit, I was in a really, really bad spot mentally, and one of the things that gets me through my bad spots is books. Going to the bookstore, picking something up, having that, you know, comforting feeling of getting a new book, or 7. But I know it's not sustainable to do that. So yeah, I guess that's the end of this video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me while I did the thing that I need to do over here. I'll insert a little video clip of what the bookshelves look like now at the end here. But again, thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.